Meanwhile, there's another trial going on, a very upsetting situation where you have a grandmother in Alabama charged in the death of her granddaughter. She forced this 9-year-old girl to run for 2 hours as punishment for lying about candy.
Right.
The girl collapsed and died. The 59-year-old grandmother, Joyce Harden Garrard, is insisting that she died of other medical causes. That's what her lawyers are arguing. But lawyers for the prosecution say she was severely dehydrated. She may have been made to carry firewood. What do you think of this case?
Well, this is another case where the principle is the same as in the American Sniper case. That is, experts disagreeing with each other. There's no question but that the girl died right after this forced 2-hour run. The question is, did she have other ailments in her body, or did the doctors mistreat her? There's a very real, viable, as I understand it, substantial medical malpractice case that the girl's father filed against the hospital to which the girl was taken, and his doctors and lawyers in that case have argued that they could have saved her if they did the right thing, but they didn't do the right thing. So again, Alabama's the same as Texas. In a criminal case, the defendant must prove the affirmative defense. It wasn't my fault, it was the hospital's fault. So this woman whose picture you just had on the screen, the defendant has to hire doctors to examine the records and testify as expert witnesses in her behalf that it was the hospital that killed the granddaughter, not the grandmother.
But, you know, just looking at it, at the basic facts, forcing a 9-year-old girl to run for 2 straight hours, I mean,
well, that's horrific, absolutely horrific. It's certainly impairing a child. It's certainly harmful to the child. There are certainly lesser included offenses in here for which she could be found guilty. The issue is, did this running cause her death,
right,
or what? Did something else cause her death? Did the running contribute to the death, but something else caused it? Remember, she's exposed to the death penalty here. They're trying to get the jury to convict for something less than first-degree murder, so that she'll spend time in jail and have a life afterwards rather than be executed.
How much does this separate medical malpractice civil suit come into the criminal trial?
All of it. It hasn't been tried yet, but the allegations will come in, the medical records will come in, the doctors who have examined those medical records for the father of the girl, who's the son of the defendant, if you follow me, he's hired lawyers and doctors to bring about the medical malpractice case. All of them will, not the lawyers, but the doctors will testify in this case to try and demonstrate to the jury that this girl died because the doctors dropped the ball at the hospital, not because the grandmother made her run for 2 hours.
Right.
That does not exclude the grandmother's behavior. It just lessens the crime for which the grandmother is likely to be convicted.
Right. All right. 2 interesting and tragic cases.
Yes.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, thank you as always.
You're welcome, Patty Ann.